William
A
Hague.
great British landmark ripe for regeneration, just like our country. And please welcome onto the stage the leader of the Conservative Party, David Cameron.
Thank you for doing this.
Today is the culmination of 4.5 years of work. In December 2005, when we elected David Cameron as our leader, this party chose the path of change. And it's been an extraordinary journey from where we were then to where we are now. Then we looked little like the country we aspire to govern. Now we present a completely different face to the electorate. More women, more people from black and Asian backgrounds, candidates from different walks of life and all parts of our country. Then we were, yes, too narrow in our thinking. Now we're applying our core values of aspiration and responsibility to the progressive challenges of the hour, fighting poverty, improving the environment, making opportunity more equal. Then we were in danger of being out of touch. Now the party of one nation is back where it belongs, speaking, working, campaigning, fighting for everyone in this nation. And this change has happened not just because David Cameron decided it, not just because a few people demanded it, not because Conservative Central Office decreed it, but because the party itself drove it. And that is the Conservative way. Not for us the arrogant assumption that real change only comes from a few at the top. We change this party together. And today, with the publication of this manifesto, we are setting out how that same spirit can be the salvation of Britain, how we can change our country together. The challenges that lie before this country are immense. Debt like we've never seen before. A society beset by crime and broken communities, a political system that has lost the trust of the people. These problems, so deep, so wide, so monumental in scale, cannot be solved by politicians working alone. They need the wisdom, the energy, the passion of all our people. So today we are saying this: come and help us change our country. This is an invitation to join the government of Britain. Since we're all in this together, let's work together. Let's work together to fix our economy, creating wealth and jobs and prosperity in every corner of the land. Let's work together to mend the broken society, revitalizing communities, and giving every child the belief they can better themselves. Let's work together to reform our political system, rebuilding brick by brick trust in our democratic system. And let's work together to restore Britain's reputation for strength and justice across the world. Yes, we need strong government to defend our national security, to support our brave armed forces, particularly those sacrificing so much in Afghanistan, to promote our national interest with an active foreign policy, to make the most of our European and transatlantic alliance, and to honor our aid commitments. And of course we must work for international agreement to tackle the greatest threat facing our planet today, climate change. Vote blue, go green was never just a slogan. It was a promise of a different world and a pledge that we will do everything possible to make this country a leading force for progress in protecting our planet. But people have a vital role to play too. And in foreign affairs, I'm inviting everyone who cares about Britain's reputation abroad to help us do something Labour have never done: elevate our relations in culture, education and commerce with many friendly nations of the Middle East, Asia and Latin America. Media companies, businesses, schools, charities. Help us intensify the friendships that will give British people opportunity, employment and security for generations to come. So this is the change we seek. From thinking real change comes only from strong government, to knowing it comes from strong people. And as we survey the mess that is Labour's legacy, After 13 years of command, control and micromanagement, we believe that change can't come soon enough. And so we ask the British people to join the government of Britain, and we ask them to vote for change. And now, George Osborne.
Well, thank you, William. And there's a big question running right through the heart of this election, and it is decisive to our country's future. How are we going to get the economy moving? And I think it's now clear what we should not be doing, and that is putting a tax on jobs while the economy is still weak. More than 100 business leaders who together employ over 1 million people now back our plans to cut waste in order to stop the jobs tax. As they themselves put it, cutting government waste won't endanger the recovery, but putting up national insurance will. So with the national debt already doubled and in danger of doubling again, it is Labour's debt and Labour's waste, together with the jobs tax they'll introduce to help pay for them, that threaten to kill the recovery. On top of our plans to cut waste, to stop the jobs tax, we have set out examples of specific measures that we will take to tackle Britain's record budget deficit, from public sector pay and benefits for the better off to, in later years, the pension age. But this manifesto is about more than this. Britain desperately needs a whole new economic vision. We cannot afford to continue with the unsustainable debt-fueled model of the past. We need a new economic model where we save and we invest and we export. For the first time, the British people will have 8 clear and transparent benchmarks against which they can judge the economic success or failure of the next government. And the whole country will be able to participate in building a new economic model for Britain. For this cannot be some unilateral exercise. It's not politicians alone that are going to get growth going again. It's not a few people in the Treasury alone who are going to get to grip with our debt. It is entrepreneurs, it is business people, it is public servants, it's the wealth creators in the private sector and, yes, in the public sector too. So today we are sending out an invitation. We are asking doctors, nurses, teachers, managers, police officers, prison governors, play your part in helping us get better value for money in our public services. And we're asking the doers and the dreamers in the private sector to play your part too. If you start a new business, we'll abolish all the employment taxes on the first 10 people you take on during your first year. And whether you're dreaming of becoming the next Sir James Dyson or just dreaming about setting up your own small business, we'll bring that dream closer by stopping the rise of red tape and cutting corporation tax rates by simplifying the system. And if you feel you could be taking on a few more orders, if only you had the right staff, we'll make it worth your while to take on an apprentice. If we come together, if we work together, we can send a message out loud and clear around the world that Britain is open for business again. So please accept this invitation. Play your part in building the next government of Britain. Do your bit. Join us in building the future. And now we're going to hear from Mick Crossan, the founder of Power Day, one of Britain's green success stories.